boom, coming at you. How's everybody going? You're here with Kylie, Australia's emotional eating coach. You know how we roll. I'm here to empower you to take control of your relationship with food. Create a body and a life that is more delicious than chocolate because you get to do it all on your terms. It is Thursday morning, people. Thursday morning. We have some sunshine here, and do you think I'm excited about that? Can you tell? If you're joining me here live, throw me some likes and some loves. Throw me an emoji in the comments box. Let me know that you're here. And to all the replay watchers, sending you so much chocolate-coated love. You know how I do. We are talking today. I had a very cool message come through from one of my clients right before the live stream, because I was thinking, what are we going to talk about today? You know, this week's topic, this week's theme, we have a theme. This week's theme is accountability. Is that what it was? I'll try to remember. This week's theme was accountability, and we started Monday with a smackdown of epic freaking proportions. If you missed Monday's workout, I was going to say, it was like a workout. If you missed Monday's live stream, then just scroll down the page and catch it. It was a smackdown of like epic proportions. It should be in the Guinness World Book of Records because that's how epic it is. I'm just going to take a sip of tea. So if you're joining me here live, throw me an emoji. Let me know that you're here, because the theme this week is accountability. And I had this message. So as I said, you have to excuse me because I just did a workout, just did a BBG workout. Do I have any other BBG sisters in the house? Raise me a hand if I got any other BBG sisters in the house. That's tough. That was tough. But I just got this really cool message through from one of my clients. She's absolutely gorgeous. She sent me a picture of her with a tiara on. It wasn't real. It was a what do you call it? It was like from some app, right? From an app. So she had the tiara. It looked fabulous, right? And I thought, this is what we need to do with our lives every day. Why are we not making the progress that we want to make? Because we don't see our own fabulousness. We don't see the fabulous in us. We don't see it. So we run around, you know, we do the things and we pretend like it's all good and we give to everybody else but not to us. It is time for us to put on our tiara of fabulous and work that thing like it matters, like it means something. This is what today's theme is. This is what it's all about. Chantel, how are you going, babe? It's so great to see you here. So as the theme this week is accountability and really stepping up and not taking any more of your own pathetic ass excuses, we are looking at today putting on your tiara of fabulous every morning and working that, girl, working it like it matters and like it means something, because that's what's going to get you from where you are now to where you want to go. So this is the drill, right? Because this is what I was thinking. When we don't see our own fabulousness, is more than one fabulous, does that make it a fabuli? If we don't see how awesome we are, we run around focusing only on our perceived defects, trying to correct them, because maybe, you know, Lord knows, if I can correct enough of my defects, I'll be acceptable. Then I'll be able to love myself for sure. Once I'm thin enough, once I can stop stuffing my face with chocolate, then I'll be able to love myself, but not before. What if you just decided to put on your tiara of fabulous, put on the fabulous tiara, you know, not for real. We don't want you walking down the street like, you know, you don't want to look like a freak. You don't want people to stare at you. I'm talking, you know, energetically put that thing on. First thing in the morning, when you dive out of bed, you put that thing on. Before your feet even hit the floor, you think, I am fabulous today. Now I'm out, I'm going to work my fabulous. That is what it's about. When you see how awesome you are, you stop focusing on all the things that you don't think are acceptable, that you don't like. It's not good enough, that's not good enough. And you only have to ask yourself one question, really. Every time you zone in on this no good, that's no good, this is unacceptable, too fat, too ugly, too anything. Like, we think we're too much of so many things. What we don't think we're too much of is awesome, fabulous, smart, pretty, healthy, amazing. Where do you want me to stop, right? List some out in the comments box for me. We never think we're too much of that. No, we don't. We don't seem to have that problem. We've got the problem of too ugly, too tall, too short, too fat, too skinny, too no self-control, you know, too much out of control, too much, like all the negative things, too much, too many problems, too many bills, too many children, too many fights with the spouse, whatever is going on, there's just too much of all that. We never stop to say, wow, I'm too much awesome today. There's too much of me, like too much fabulous stuff about me for me to even list off. We don't have problems with that. I'm too confident. I'm too great. I'm too pretty. I'm too amazing. I am, you know, no, we don't have those problems. My abs are too great. You know, my abs are too awesome. My legs are too fabulous. Nah, we don't have those problems. Why question today. Why not? Why don't we look? Because they're all still there. It's all relative to what you are focusing on, what you're zoning in on. So let me know in the comments box. Throw it out there today and make a commitment. What is it that you are just too much of on the plus side? Not the negative side, on the plus side, people. Let's get with the program. Seriously, this week is accountability. If you're going to list off all your negative things, oh, I'm too much, too ugly, too fat, too old, too whatever, can you at least like list some positives? I'm also, every time that voice in your head goes, you're too ugly, your butt is too fat, can you go, yeah? Well, I'm also too smart, too fabulous, too rocking, too much energy, too amazing. List them off and outweigh those negatives, because you're never ever, this is the drill. Is that just something to take up your time? No, who cares, right? Why would you do such a thing? Because it's what's going to take you from where you are now to where you want to be. You're not just going to wake up tomorrow magically skinny. I wish, do you think I did not spend 30 years of my life wishing that? That was my wish. I would have given anything for that genie, like the genie in the Aladdin movie, whatever. Give me that genie. I would have paid any price. People go, if you could have 3 wishes, what would it be? And people would be like, oh, world peace. I wish I'd be like, nah, I don't care about world peace. Screw world peace. I wanted to be skinny, to be able to eat anything that I wanted for the rest of my life and never gain weight, and to just look, fabulous forever and never age. So really, I was so really, not self-centered at all, but it was my weight. It was my weight that tortured me for so many years, that I would have given anything. All I wanted, really, I just felt like I'm not asking for a lot. It's not going to impact anybody else. All I want is to have a body of a goddess and to be able to eat chocolate for the rest of my life with no repercussions. Well, that is just not reality. In this physical reality that we live in now, the body that you're in, it's just not possible. It doesn't matter. You could have the metabolism of a whippet. You can't eat chocolate all day, every day, and not suffer the consequences. That's just the bottom line, right? So we need to wake up. It is not about the things that we think we don't have enough of, and, oh, I just want to do this and eat this and be this, but I'm not. What about all the fabulous things that you are? When you focus on the things that do already, are already amazing, that you already do so well, that's what's going to carry you forward. That's what's going to get you the momentum to actually care about yourself enough to start paying attention to your eating choices. When you come home at night and you're exhausted, and now the kids are driving you crazy, and the partner that was supposed to make dinner because they promised you that they would for the upteen time, right, has not. They haven't done it again. You come home, the house is a mess, there's laundry everywhere, and you're like, are you for real? And once again, everything's left to you. You're the one that's got to pull it all together. Well, what do? We don't feel good about that. We don't go, yay, no problem at all. We just, at the end of the night then, we're like, just give me some chocolate, give me something, because it's the only pleasure you feel like you have. But if you feel like there's so many other awesome things about you, so many other things that you do well, you don't need to turn to food for the only pleasure that you have in your life. This is about creating other forms of pleasure, seeing what is actually there, paying attention. Like I said, if you're just dropping on live now and you've just joined us, this is about owning your freaking awesome today, putting on your tiara of awesomeness and owning it, owning that thing. Work it like it means something. If you're going to list off the 15 things that you hate about your body every time you look in the mirror, counteract it with another 15 things or 20, 30 that are awesome about you. I'm too fat, I'm too ugly, I'm too old. Yeah, well, I'm also too smart, too amazing, too much potential, too happy, too energetic, too vibrant. Take that, right? Take that. And it makes you feel so much better. Switch out your how am I going to do this to why does it even matter to you to do it? Why does it even matter? Sonia, how are you going? It's so great to see you here. Why does it even matter? Switch out the, oh, how am I ever going to make this happen? I'm so fat, ugly, I've got so far to go. Switch it out to why does it even matter to you? Why? It's a complete shift of energy, shift of focus. It's going to take you so much further than trying to hate your way from where you are now to where you want to be. If you have never heard my famous tweetable saying, let me lay it on you now. You cannot hate your way to happiness. Boom. You cannot hate your way to happiness. Thinking that if I hate myself enough, I will definitely be motivated to change. It doesn't work. It does not work. If it had worked, you would be thin by now, right? You would not be having any issues with the chocolate, chips, cheese, cake, cookies, whatever, right? Not all of us are sweet people. I really don't get the people that are savory people, because I am a sweet girl all the way. But I know, I'm not adverse to the crunchy, salty things. I'm an equal opportunity binger. I have no problems with that. But most of us, it's the sugar that does us in every time. Dana, how you going? How you going? Yeah. Love your words. Thank you so much. This is the drill today. So I'm wrapping it up. And for those of you that are just dropping on now, please do go back and watch the replay, because we are talking today about owning your fabulous. Owning your fabulous, putting on that tiara of awesomeness and working it every day like it means something. It is just, don't leave it there sitting on your bedpost just collecting dust. Put it on, work it, wear it and work it like you know and own it. Own that thing like you know that you belong. Don't let the world push you around. Don't let other people push you around. You work it like you matter. You step up, you stand up for yourself, and every time that voice in your head got something to say about all the things that are wrong with you and your body, you list off all the things that are also equally awesome. When it tells you you're too fat, too old, too ugly, everything about you is just too hideous, you're like, yeah, I'm also too smart, too fabulous, too much potential, too awesome, too much energy. Take it. Take that. So this is where we're coming from today. So thank you again to everybody who's dropping on live. I'm just going to have a sip of my tea. You know how I do with my famous teacup. But this was today's message, and I really just want you to get it today, because this week is about accountability. And as you know, nobody's going to swoop on in. There is no Prince Charming. This is not a Disney movie. Too bad for us, right? It's not a Disney movie. There is no Prince Charming's going to come in on his trusty white steed and, just sweep you off into a magical wonderland of ecstasy. It doesn't work like that. I waited I convinced myself. I'm like, some Prince Charming's going to come. He's going to make my life fabulous. Eventually I learned someone's going to make my life fabulous. It's going to have to be me. And I stepped up and I did it, and I do it every single day. If there is something I don't like, then I set about making a correction on that, a course correction. I didn't just sit there and whinge and whine. Nobody, that is not going to help. Sitting and looking in the mirror and just, reflecting on all the things that you hate about yourself. It's what I used to do. I used to stare so long in the mirror at all the things that I hated about my body until I brought myself to tears, and then I would stand there and cry. And then when I'd finish that, I'd start crying about how ugly I looked after I was crying. I'm so ugly. Of course I was looking not attractive. I'd just been crying for 20 minutes. Nobody looks fabulous when they're crying for 20 minutes, but we torture ourselves like this over and over and over. So thank you, Zoe. Thank you so much, Sonia. It's so awesome to have you here. So this is where we're coming from today. It really is. This is a semi-SmackDown week, and there's been a couple of SmackDown messages this week. Monday's was like mega. That was epic. Go back, if you missed that one, scroll down the page to Monday's live stream, because if you need a boot up the bootay, you want to watch Monday's live stream. Today's sort of, the cousin to that one, but it is about taking a reality check, because the only person that's going to do this is you. The only person that can do this is you. The only person who you would ever want to do this is you. You don't want someone else to do it. You want to be the designer of your own life. So step up and take that action. Step up and take that action. I wanted to, I wasn't going to say anything, because I've been talking about this for a little bit now. But I will mention to you, because for those of you who perhaps have not heard about this, the 4-day personal power and transformation lockdown that is happening on the Gold Coast right here in Australia, that is happening next month. That is your opportunity. It's so in alignment with what we're talking about today. It is your chance and your opportunity to step up and design that life that you love. If you are a person if you're a person who knows you can do it, but you're not. If you're a person who has done it before, but has always slipped back. If you're someone who knows you can lose the weight, but you're just struggling over and over and over, or you've relived that pattern so many times, it's a ridiculous, repeating, like it's just like rotating doors, right? If that is you, if you're the sort of person that thinks, I know I can get this weight off my body because I've done it 500 times in my life, why does it keep coming back? Why am I self-sabotaging time and time and time again? Why? When I finally reach my goals, or even start getting close to my goals, do I start stuffing my face with the cake, cookies, chips, chocolate, ice cream, pizza? right? Why? This is what this transformational lockdown is all about. And this is mega, mega. If you have not heard me talk about this before, you're more than welcome to send me a private message or, scroll back. You'll see it on several live streams. But honestly, this is the opportunity to step up and squirrel about in your own brain and for once and for all rewrite those patterns so that you don't have to deal with this anymore. This whole part of your life here, that becomes a chapter that you can finally close, because now you have the effortless tools that you need, to effortlessly accelerate your progress and move forward to exactly where you want to be with your body goals, your weight loss goals, your relationship with food. Because this is the deal, right? This is the deal. I've spoken to so many of my gorgeous friends. Some of them have extra weight on their bodies, and so many of them say to me, oh yeah, but I'm not an emotional eater. And I'm like, honey, if you're carrying extra weight on your body, then you are eating outside of your physical hunger sign. So you're eating from an emotional place. Yes, we all do it. We all do it, of course, right? It's not a terrible thing like, I ate some M&Ms and I wasn't hungry, I'm an emotional eater. It's not so much like that. It's more that when it starts impacting your weight, your body, your happiness, your ability to be able to stand next to a chocolate cake without wanting to roll around in it naked, that is when you know it is time to take some action. When your relationship with food is holding you back from your full potential, being all that you were born to be, from putting on that tiara and working your fabulous, that is when you know it's time to step up and take some action. Like I said, this is our week of accountability. Thinking that, Prince Charming's going to come, or they're finally, somebody's going to ding you on the head, or waiting for the diet industry to finally invent some magical pill that will allow you to eat all the Snickers bars and M&Ms in the world and just be skinny. We can all sit around and wait. Maybe it will come, but more than likely it won't. And eventually, what is the point of the whole thing anyway? There's no achievement in that. This is about you creating and designing a life that you love, one that is empowering for you to live, one that you can look back on and be so proud of, one that is an example for your children and everybody around you, so that people now are looking at you going, you used to struggle. What has changed? Give me some of it. I want me some of that. That is who you want to be in this world. You do not want to play the victim anymore. And this is your opportunity to do that. And I know today is a little bit of a smackdown message, but I did want to mention this. The 4-day transformation and personal power lockdown happening on the Gold Coast, that is your opportunity to step up and step into your power. So we actually have a very, very special guest. She's flying all the way over from the UK to spend the entire 4 days with us. She is Miss Linda McNamara, NLP guru of the universe. She's so, so good at what she does. I've worked with her personally, which is why I invited her to come over. She's spending the entire 4 days with us. What we are doing is spending time scrolling around in our brains, and it is called lockdown for a reason. So you and me, we are locked away in a stunning, fabulous, award-winning location right there on an island. It's stunning. We're on beachfront property for 4 entire days. But that aside, 4 entire days with me. If you ever have thought to yourself, oh, if I could just have, because really, who has not thought this? If I could just lock myself away for a few days with Kylie, I know that I could get this eating stuff sorted. And now, yeah, you can. Now you can. It is 4 entire days, you and me. So there is not a morsel of food that will be passing your lips without me there. What's going on? What are you feeling? What is happening? And what are we thinking? And so on and so forth. It is all happening. It is all happening. You will walk into this event with well, I really would like my relationship with food to be better. I hope that I hope that this can work for me. I hope that this can work for me. And you walk out of there owning your fabulous. You've got a tiara that's sparkling so bright, people need sunglasses to look at you. That is how you will be leaving this event. You leave with not only a phenomenal mind shift, because I'm all about the mind shifts, really. That is what it's about. Without shifting your personal beliefs, you will never heal your relationship with food. You can lose some weight. You can force it off your body, sure, but you'll continue to put it on and on and on. It will just repeat. The cycle repeat. It's like a rinse and repeat cycle over and over again. And that will be the story of your life if you don't step up and do something, whatever it is, whether it's this lockdown, whether you want to contact me about mentoring, private coaching, you can do that. Send me a private message, but without some form of action that is decided by you, committed to by you, not something that the diet industry has said is the latest fad, something that you have chosen from a personal place of power, knowing that when you step into your power and you step up and commit, that is when you've got what it takes. That is when now the universe will give you the every part of you that you have not been able to access before, the energy, the commitment, the strength to see something through. That is when you're able to access it, when you commit personally, when you take the action. Not when someone tells you, oh, you should lose some weight, not when you tell you, oh, I should lose some weight, and you try a powerless method like another diet, which renders you powerless. I am all about, as you see my message behind me every single day, I am here to empower you to know and understand that you do not need a diet to tell you this is the way to go, this is what you can do. You can eat this, but you can't eat that. Don't eat 30 grams of carbs. Ooh, you'll get so fat by tomorrow morning, you know. Those things send us into a crazy frenzy, and that is exactly why they feed off your self-hate. They feed off your self-hate. Please hear me today when I say, if you're just joining me here live, please do go back and watch the replay. There is nothing about you that is so hideous that it deserves your hatred, your disgust. Nothing. I don't care what size your thighs are right now. Everything is changeable in a moment when you step up and decide that it is time for you to commit and make a change based on something you want to do, something you've committed to in your heart because you actually care and want to see some permanent change. So if this sounds like something that you want to find out more about it, send me a private message. I will send you all the details about the 4-day lockdown because it is going to be phenomenal. There are very, very limited places and we only have a couple left. So please do send me a private message. I'll send you all the details. But as I said, you will walk out of there with a rock solid plan for your success, knowing that for the first time ever, you got that tiara. People need sunglasses to look at you. You are shining so bright. That is how awesome your body, your life has the potential to be when you step up. So I'm going to wrap this one up today, but I want to thank you so much to everybody who's joined me. Ed, you're in the house. How are you going? Diana, it's so great to see everybody here. Thank you so much to everybody who has joined me here today, because please do go ahead, throw your questions and comments below, because you know how we roll. I will always come back and play with you later. Until then, please do remember, you know the drill every single day. The only person who has the power to change your life is you. Thank you so much for the likes and the loves. You guys are so amazing. But it's true. And I say this because it's true. The only person who has the power to change your life is you. And when you step up and you commit and you come at your life from a place of self-love instead of hating every single tiny thing you see, that is when you've got what it takes. I'm going to send you big love and catch you all tomorrow. Until then, bye for now, sexy people.